What's going on, guys? This episode is about fantasy fool's gold versus a diamond in the rough. If you want to know who to pick up, stay tuned. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Bruh, did you pour my milk? Don't do that. What's that?
I'm kind of a big deal.
You don't got the credentials.
Well, that's disrespectful.
What up? What's up?
What's good?
Yo, we made it to another one.
What's up, cat?
What they call this podcast? The Don't Pour My Milk podcast, and I appreciate you guys for coming through, baby.
Got a lot of energy.
Woo, I do. I love it. Every time we start talking about stuff and we're gonna help out our milkmen, I just can't contain myself, dude. Like, I really can't.
Cat, you love the kids?
I love the kids. I love the milkmen. I love everybody, man. I'm here for it.
Let's get it, man.
Let's get it. I'm going to introduce myself to start. They call me Mr. Knockout Fantasy Football, and my dude to the side.
It's your boy O. You already know. Follow me down below. It's like a routine at this point.
That's what we got to do, baby. Yo, this episode is called Fantasy Fool's Gold versus the Diamonds in the Rough.
I like that, cat.
We're going to get into it. We got some players on the docket that we're going to talk about.
Let's talk about
players
it,
that have been picked up through the waiver wire. Went through a nice little list of them because it's time now. We got injuries that happen. We got some movements that are going on.
Right.
We got practice squad people coming up and playing big games.
Practice? We're talking about practice, man. We're talking about practice.
A lot of people's
And
getting
I
a
think
chance.
there's a lot going on in everybody's mind. Are these players going to help me?
So you basically saying you wanted to show who's not who they supposed to be?
Yep.
But they are who we thought they were.
Yep, we're going to do that quick reveal. You know what I mean? I think we came up with this before. Sometimes people show up in the club when it's dark.
What in the name of all that is holy?
You know what I mean? It's dark outside. They don't know what's going on.
Yeah, turn on the lights,
And
cat.
when you turn on the lights, it ain't what been dancing on me throughout the night. What you done played me.
yeah. Some of these players, they wrong. They wrong for what they doing.
Yeah.
But we're gonna talk about it, cat. We're gonna talk about it, man.
Yeah.
Let's get right into it. Let's not tease it anymore. Let's start talking about some of these guys,
I
cat.
like teasers though.
Cat, you gonna start?
Bruh, chill.
Don't start, cat. Don't start with your cat. Let's have a clean episode, cat.
We are having a clean episode. I like teasers. You know what I mean? Dang, man. You show a little something,
Cat.
take it right back.
Whatever, shawty.
You get mad for no
It's
reason,
whatever, shawty.
Y'all nigga going something.
Cause I told you I'm just trying to chill, bro, and you keep on goddamn.
We've been down this episode. It's not a repeat
Right.
episode.
Alright,
Let's get into it, bro. Let's get into it.
First person on the docket.
Who is it?
It's a big dude. I think it's a big dude. You know what I mean?
Okay, cat.
Yeah. He came in. He penetrated his way to the starting lineup.
Here we go, cat. Cat. We listen.
What happened?
Listen, we what is this? How many episodes in?
We in there. We got a lot.
We got a lot of episodes in, right?
Yeah.
But we just starting, cat.
Yeah. It's first. All right. First.
So
dude,
let's let's stop with the penetration innuendos.
There's no innuendos. I like when dudes penetrate the league. And they show themselves for who they are. You know what I mean? If you're a big dude, show yourself that you're a big dude.
Big dude, right?
And he takes over. You know what I mean? Puts himself in control. All right, bet. First guy, I'm going to reveal his name. We're talking about Alexander Madison. How do you feel about Alexander Madison. Oh,
Are you asking me if I think he's a diamond in the rough, or do you think is he a fool's gold?
yeah. That's what the episode's about. But I'm just saying.
I think you got to get your diamond testers, man, on this guy.
Let's see. This is the moment of truth.
Now the beef we had is through. Some call me ugly, some call me cute, but your girl won't stop calling. I know what to do.
You like him?
I like Madison.
Tell me why.
I think he's a must-have. Obviously, if you had Cooks, and obviously if you played fantasy before,
Yep.
you should have Madison on your team because
I think so.
you know what Cooks is going to do.
Yep.
And you understand how they use Cooks in the offense.
Yep.
And you also see that when Madison is in offense, you can't even tell the difference.
Yep.
You really can't. So he's definitely a diamond in the rough. How you feel about him, Cat?
Nah, I'm in agreement with you. You know, I really think that he showed himself throughout the season when Cook got hurt. He delivered during that particular time. He's the unquestioned top waiver wire pick for this particular week. Yeah. So someone has him on his team now, who reached out, put a large fab for him, took him on the squad. If they weren't already cuffing him to have him on the squad originally, he was a player before this time frame. Yeah. You had to have him rostered because Cook had been getting injured and he'd been going through like personal things in the league. So for me, I think he's a must hold throughout the entire rest of the way, right?
Plus, you got to look at when Cooks didn't play. Week 3 and week 5.
Yep.
Didn't play. I think he topped 23 points.
Yeah.
On both weeks. That's an RB1 right there.
I believe so.
So
he's an RB1 moving forward. He's our diamond in the rough. Keep him on your squad. Make sure you have him for the rest of the playoff run. That's
definitely
right
when Cooks is out, he has top 5.
Yeah.
Upside.
Yeah. And you don't know what Cooks is going to do on when he's going to actually come back. He was carted off. You know, these things are very iffy.
I've never seen anybody cart off and come back that season
immediately. And just not immediately, right? You never know what they're going to do. You don't know. And we'll talk about this during like a later time, but you just don't know like how they're going to implement Cook back into it, right?
Like, you know, when they get carted off.
Is a must.
Look it like this, right? When they get carted off, right, and they give us the thumbs up.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully some good news on the way here as well for Taylor Lewan. It gives you the thumbs up.
Yeah, no.
It ain't thumbs up.
No.
It ain't thumbs up. They letting you know they high, but they not high. They not coming back for a while. So he gave us a thumbs up.
Yep. We're on the same page. All right, let's go to the next guy we got on the docket. Dontrell Hilliard. Dontrell Hilliard running back playing for the Tennessee Titans. What you think about him, O? What you giving him? You think the guy's fool's gold, or is he a diamond in the rough, baby?
Take out the L, he a fool gold. This guy is gold plated, man.
Really?
Jane, gold all in my chain. Gold all in my ring. Gold all in my watch. Don't believe me, just watch.
Yo, bruh.
No? You don't think so?
It's not, you know what it is though? It's really not even him. I just don't think that team running the ball is effective once King Henry went down.
Okay.
You don't, like, Foreman was there. They got rid of AP mysteriously. You said it was because, you know, his Social Security kicked in. He didn't need to play anymore. So I don't trust the Titans right now, man.
Yep.
So I don't want to put any stock in him because there's not really a lot to go off of.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I think he had a good game, but I don't think that's sustainable.
Yeah. I don't think so as well. I think for the rest of the way, now is what we talked about before. It's kind of staying with your core, right? Mm-hmm. We got to stay with the core of your players and understand like what you're doing. Don't get rid of anyone that's important that's gotten you to this point to like supplant them for Hillard. I don't know what's going to happen when Jeremy McNichols comes back, right? So Hillard had a great game. Mm-hmm. He's someone to watch, but I'm with you. I don't trust that Titans offense.
The reason why people might be fooled by the gold is because they looked at the overall numbers. But sometimes you got to take a layer off and actually dive into what the numbers are.
Yeah, you're right.
And if you was watching the game, he ran off for a 68-yard touchdown.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And he has some quick burst, right?
He does.
So you're like, okay, this guy has potential, but what do you do after that?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like, it looks like it's gold, but it's gold plated right now, man.
Fool's gold. Yeah. Not gonna stick with Dontrell Hilliard. Thank you for the.
And it's not a knock on him. It's
just take him. Watch how he plays. But we're telling you, don't count on him. Look for someone else to kind of ride through like the playoffs that's coming right around the corner. Okay. Mm-hmm. Next guy on the docket, we got my guy in real life, Cam Newton. Can we get a dab for Cam Newton? 1, 2, 3. Dab it.
Good job, bro. Come on, go play. Good job, dude.
Oh, he killed the one. Max up. No, you almost fell. Go ahead, Max. Go ahead. Oh, Lord have mercy.
I haven't dabbed in a long time, bro.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I mean, that's our dude, man. But listen,
is it time for Superman to close up?
I mean,
you gotta.
I didn't even have to ask you. I knew you were gonna agree with me, like that he was fool's gold, right? He's not a person that you don't expend any expense to get him on your squad. He does it. His name value was maybe trade bait for someone who was a big fan of Cam Newton and what he can do. But for now, you are managing your team to either make the playoffs or to build your team to sustain yourself in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So
my issue with Cam is the nostalgia.
Yeah.
Of Superman, knowing that it was a former MVP back into his, his Smallville, if you will.
Yep.
So you think he's gonna do Superman things, but the first game back. I mean, 3 touches, 2 touchdowns. You're like, oh, Cam, I'm back. We gonna put the Cam.
He was out there.
He was outside.
Social media was feeling him too.
I'm back.
I mean? He was
like,
nah, man.
All right,
your back hurt. That's what happened. Like you was rocking it like an old person.
Then the second episode, he came back, drop a 30 burger.
Oh man,
Cam is back. But this next week when he got benched, it was like, I think that's more of what it is with Cam at this point.
I mean, don't get us wrong. We understand.
We love Cam.
And we understand that he just came back. You know, he has to learn the playbook.
Yeah.
He has to learn his players. But we don't think he's a player that if you picked up and you're hoping to start to stream, it should be counted upon. Like all these players that we're going to have on the list are all top waiver grabs, right? So people are picking them up because they've played well to a certain extent. But we're telling you in this particular episode, listen, you have to start planning ahead now, right? You know where you're at. Either you're like one of those teams that's like 6-6 or whatever, and you're about to make the playoffs and you got to fight for a spot, or you sitting pretty at like 9-3 or whatever, and you building your bench because you watching your matchups for like the later weeks. Understand what you're doing, and Cam is not that guy that you should be spending time to waste on. He's fool's gold.
I think we should look at this, and this might be a real thing. I don't know if there's any correlation, but is Cam still a vegan?
How does that go with fantasy football?
Well, the meat is the touchdowns, right?
Oh yeah, the meat.
He stopped eating meat.
Where's the beef?
Oh, he stopped eating.
Touchdowns stop coming. I don't know if there's any correlation if he's vegan or pescatarian. Is that what it is? Pescatarian.
Pescatarian, I think, is fish eaters. They eat fish. I think that's what they do. Yeah,
it could be one of those things.
I'm almost sorry. Vegan is kind of like
he's one of them.
We getting into a lot,
and he's a Basquiat.
Oh, I got you with the hairdo.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot going on with Cam right now.
He's doing a lot, but we wish him
shout
the
out
best.
to Cam in real life fantasy.
Yeah, real life Cam, love you, but fantasy, you are basura to me.
Not basura, bro.
Basura to me.
No, that's it. That's my guy, son. That's my guy.
All right, next guy on the docket, we're gonna talk about my man Carson Wentz. How you feel about him? Oh,
I think we disagree on this one.
Okay, let's see what you got.
I think Carson Wentz is a good quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't put him as a diamond in the rough because we know about him and the team is there. I just think he's going to be fool's gold because the team is playing well, but I don't think they're going to lean on him at the end of the season because of how well Taylor's playing. I think that's going to take a big hit to his fantasy numbers because they're leaning on Taylor dropping 50.
Yeah,
he's looking like a engine right now. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think they can. I think Carson Wentz is going to be a game manager at this point. Just give the ball to Taylor at this point.
And here's where I disagree. Because don't
Talk
bring me back
about
on
it.
this one. No, I did tussle a little bit, right? Like all clarity, he has a tough schedule.
Very.
He has, especially for the playoffs, he has New England, Arizona, and Vegas for a schedule.
And that
he's
went into
playing
my
against.
decision making,
And he has a bye in week 14.
which is weird, right?
Yeah.
Like, what if you need him that week?
So my thing with him is that I still think he's going to be a viable streamer. So I don't want to say he's fool's gold. If you have someone who's hurt, if you have someone who's out for
Right.
some odd reason, I think he's the quarterback to grab and stash to fill him, and he can get you numbers because they're going to have to try their best to come back against these other teams.
So we're more or less around the same.
I think we're
in
around the same
middle,
thing, but I'm not at the fool's goal or the diamond status because of all that stuff happening.
I just said I'm basically the same.
Gold plated, baby. That's what we're gonna call
He's
him.
gold plated. There you go.
Plated.
I like that.
Gold plated.
Gold plated. But here's the thing though, that schedule is tough. He's still on them waivers in most leagues.
Yeah, he's
still on the way, but he's still rated as a top.
He's playing
He's
well.
outside of the top 10. So he's like he's ranked like 11th for his position.
He's playing well. I think the games you know you're gonna have to, if you need him, go get him, stash him if you feel like something has happened, right? Because
Played decent against Tampa.
He's been playing well. You can see that. I think everything comes with experience as he's been playing, picking up the offense. I made a mistake early in the thing, and I didn't really like him. I didn't like anybody on that Colts offense, but they proved me wrong throughout the year. Yeah. And I'm gonna give him his just due and say like, hey, he's been playing okay. And if you need someone to kind of fill in during that particular time, I would say go get him.
Like I needed him. I was gonna pick him up between him and Heineke, right?
Yep.
I decided Heineke had a better matchup.
Yep.
Seattle wasn't playing well.
Yep.
He had a tougher matchup against Tampa, and it cost me the game.
Yeah. You saw who was your
Moving along.
No, we ain't talking about. I'm just saying. I also went for Heineke. That's all I was trying to say, bro.
Yeah. I thought you was trying.
Nah, I wasn't trying to jab at that. I beat you this week. Oh, my bad.
It slipped.
But we're gonna keep on going. Next dude I want to talk about, because I think he is like a big swing if you can get him, and if he does play well. He also has a tough schedule, but could be a surprise. We're talking about my man Taysom Hill. How do you feel about him from the New Orleans Saints?
Full go.
You think it's fool's go?
Full go.
Yeah.
Yeah, he full go.
I wouldn't bet the house on him. Mm-mm. Yep. I don't think so. One of the biggest things with him, right, is that he's gonna get into that starting position, right? And as he gets into the starting position, I'm going by what he's done last year. We did the history lessons. We always go back and say like, hey, how has Taysom Hill played in the past? And he's played well when he starts.
He's been decent,
Yeah.
right? So I guess what you're saying, but I like to look at real life stuff to make fantasy decisions.
Yeah.
He got a contract that's full of booby traps. he got a trap door in his contract.
Mr. Burns, you are liable for thousands of dollars per employee, not to mention my extensive fees, which are...
This trapdoor app works like a charm.
So if you build in booby traps in a man's contract, you are not setting him up. You're setting him up to fail.
Yeah, you tell him
you're literally setting him up to fall.
The organization was playing the sneaky
They
with him?
sneaky with him. How you gonna say you gonna sign him, right? And then say, yo, we're gonna pay you this money if you a quarterback. Bruh, what? How you not know when you signing him the position he's gonna play? That's a setup.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
Because he can make upwards to $90 million if he's the quarterback. And I think he's gonna get paid. I don't want to put the numbers, but bruh, they setting him up to fail. I don't think they're setting him up to be the quarterback. I think they like him as a Swiss Army knife, right? A backup to their quarterback because he can fill in. He has some skill. He can throw the ball. He's Tebow 2.0.
Listen, he's on the list. He's being picked up from the waivers because Trevor Siemian tried to like play quarterback, lost last 4 games, couldn't do it. They didn't look too good.
He's not the guy.
They need to kind of like inject some stuff. So just watch him. He's fool's gold. I don't think he's gonna get you.
They didn't have a plan after Winston.
I think they had an idea of what they wanted to do, but with a number of injuries with the Saints and happening, there's nothing you can do when your team is like just like throttled with injuries left and right. Sometimes you feel them. You know what I mean? Like they come back to get you. You can't have Kamara, Michael Thomas, even Adam Troutman out now, and Ingram was out the previous week.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it's tough. Yo, so Taysom Hill,
right?
Definitely. I know you grabbed him, you got him on. Watch him. Don't drop him right away, but I do not think he's going to be taking you to the fantasy promised land. Not because of his schedule and because of that particular team, to be honest.
The fool's gold, I just want to reiterate, the reason why we say it's fool's gold is because the situation looks good.
Yeah.
You understand? 4 out of his last whatever starts, he averaged between 17 to 24 points. Those are decent numbers if you need like a streaming quarterback. But I don't know if it's going to be going forward because we don't know what's going on with Mara and so forth. So, and those booby traps.
Yeah, I mean they got booby traps in his contract, but just
he's looking like Scooby-Doo over
if
there.
If he can come off and inject them, you know, it's fools. You're right. Don't be fooled by one good game. Understand that we're talking about fantasy playoffs contention and winning the championship. Right, not saying that he's going to play bad for you when you pick him up, but look at that schedule. Watch how he plays, and we're trying to tell you like who we believe is that diamond in the rough that can like drop on your team like a Gaskins did last year for folks who rode Gaskins to the championship. Right, you rode another man to the championship, and you had a great time at it.
Trevor Lawrence.
All right, Trevor Lawrence next on the docket. What you think about him? Oh,
I think he's a diamond in the rough.
Okay,
but I'll say this.
What you gonna say? What you gonna say, bro?
Make sure you have your diamond testers.
Woo!
Yeah.
Diamond testers.
Yeah. Because he is a big jewel. But you got to make sure it's really a diamond.
You know, I hear you, but I'm gonna rock with Trevor Lawrence. This playoff again. You only putting them in
right
if there's a problem at quarterback. If you've been streaming quarterback all year. If you have a hurt quarterback, I really feel if you've picked up Trevor Lawrence, you've done yourself a service, right? He's picked up his running game,
right?
These past few games, you want him to continue that because that's only going to help his fantasy value.
Right.
He has a good schedule. His schedule during the playoff run consists of the Texans and the Jets. Yeah. Those are 2 good games,
and the Titans too
to have on your schedule going into like the play. So I'm saying to you, I'm like, hey, listen, if you know they're going to put him in positions to learn his particular role, he's been getting better game by game. He's going to try to get the ball out to whoever's coming in reserves. Still has Laviska Shenault, still has Marvin Jones, still has his players.
Lost Agnew.
He lost Agnew, but I think they got serviceable players that can like replace him. And he's gonna take he's getting better, I think, and acclimated with the offense each game. So I just want him to keep that up. He's a diamond in the rough for me.
Yeah.
Especially like I would prefer him. Would you prefer him over Carson Wentz for the playoff run? We just talked about it.
Yes.
Yep. So would I.
The reason why is because they have nothing to play for.
Yep.
The reason why I was streaming him at one point when my quarterback went down was because I was like, these guys are gonna have to throw the ball.
But you just said something that was like key. You said the Jaguars have nothing to play for, right?
Yes.
I'm a little different than you because I do like picking up players during the playoff run who do have like some stuff to play for. But I think in this case that Trevor Lawrence is going to play because they want him to learn the game.
Yeah, you pouring my milk, right?
I'm pouring it real hard.
You asked me a question, I'm answering it. And you're like, yo, do you want more milk? I'm like, nah, because I can pour it myself. The reason why I'm saying nothing to play for, what I mean by nothing to pay for is playoffs. They're not making the playoffs.
They're not.
They're not making the playoffs. What you're talking about is they're trying to evaluate what they have. They already know what they have.
Yeah,
that's why they drafted
that's
him
why I'm
first
saying.
overall, so they know what they have. This whole season was what you're talking about, trying to see what they have in Trevor Lawrence.
I think not. Yeah, I can see that. I'm never going to argue that point because I get you when you say the whole season. I don't think they came into the season like that. I think that it ended up after they lost like a few games. Now it's kind of like, let's get them used to the NFL.
Once Urban Meyer realizes this is not college.
Yeah.
This is the NFL.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I agree with you.
You know, so and I think he's going to be a very good quarterback.
I think so as well.
I think he's athletic. He has some swag. He has some type of command. It's just that he's just not in a winning situation right now.
He has all the attributes.
I think once it clicks, then we're going to be like, the Jaguars are going to be good for no reason.
Yeah, let's see.
You know?
Let's see what happens. But he's a diamond in the rough for us.
Yes.
Let's go to the next person we got on the docket. Big Dow coming through right now because he's done it for a few games. We talking about my man Chuba Hubbard. How you feel about Chuba Hubbard, baby?
Bling, bling.
Woo.
Every time I come around your city, bling, bling. Pinky ring, word about bitty, bling, bling.
Everybody tell me what this color, bling,
Bling, bling, yeah.
Everybody tell me what this color, bling.
This is definitely
in my element now, boy.
Yeah, cat. Wait, let me see the dance.
This one, I gotta do this in the chair, man. That's having playing.
Nah, yeah, he's a diamond in the rough, man.
Okay, yeah.
And if you was mining for diamond, right, you are happy you picked this guy up.
Yeah, especially if you had Christian
If you had
McCaffrey.
CMC, or even if you didn't, and you just said, you know what, I looked at CMC's injury history, like you said, not you, Mr. Rufus.
Mr. Rufus, yeah.
Mr. Rufus.
Yeah, we gotta get him back on the show. That's my dude right there.
Bruh, he said he called it, he was like, he's Mr. Glass.
Yep.
Sure enough, next week, done for the season. Done for the season. Mr. Rufus know what he's talking about, bro.
He did. Every single play is coming to light.
So, but if you like me and you have CMC and you know, he was an expensive insurance policy for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I got him nonetheless, and I'm happy because definitely he's not going to be CMC, but he's going to give you some high-end RB2 numbers.
I agree with everything you just said. Keep him. He's a diamond in the rough. You got to have him for your playoff run. Let's go on to the next person we got on the docket. We got my man, and I think he's a dude I really want to hang out with in real life, you know, because he seems like he's a fun guy.
He's my type of guy. I told you before, pre-fantasy or whatever, I was like, yo, he's into anime.
Yeah,
and I'm into anime.
What you're talking about. I like
we could
this
be friends. Yo, Jamal Williams, come to the show, man. We could talk about
Jamal
Naruto if you want to.
Williams. How you feel about him in fantasy, though? What do you think?
It's another diamond in the rough, man.
He is.
Diamond in the rough,
100%.
man. Swift went down, and I've always said it, this guy could be, he has RB1 potential.
He does.
He has RB1 potential. I just don't look at the graveyard in Detroit and want anything to do with anything.
Yeah, I got you.
If you look at the player, look what he did when he was in Green Bay.
Yeah.
Look what he did when he's here.
Yep.
With given the opportunity. I think now that Swift is out of the way, man.
He has the skill set. Swift is battling injuries. Keep him on your squad, especially if you're a Swift owner. Good pickup if you did pick him up this week. I think he's going to have a good week against the Vikings coming up.
100%.
So just let's make sure that you understand that he's a person that you should have on your bench the rest of the way, knowing that Swift can get seriously injured and be out for a longer period of time, and he can carry you to a championship.
Since he loves anime, man, I would just love for one day he does a breakout touchdown and there's no one around him, and he just do the Naruto run.
You know I'm not into anime, right?
I'll show you right here. Just let it breathe. Yeah, we're going to put it right here. There you go.
This is all good. So this is the next fun one. We're going to go to the next person on the docket. And I just can't believe we're talking about him this late in the season. But these types of players, in my opinion, are the players that can take you to if they hit. So this guy we're talking about is Matt Breida. He was a waiver pickup this week. Somebody has him on their team. If they don't, think you should start looking at him. You know, Devin Singletary remains the lead back, but my man Breida played well. You know, had some snaps on Thanksgiving, and you saw him in there. He's their most explosive back. What do you think about him? What do you think he is?
You ever bought a chain from Canal Street?
You know, the one that I did buy one time, it burnt my neck. So I never
turn it green.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Is this the type of goal you gonna get with him? You gonna turn your neck green?
Oh, so I try to hype him up a bit, and you didn't fall for it. I'm with you.
That guy is full gold.
Yeah, he's gold plated, right?
Yeah.
I don't think any running back on the Bills is gonna take you to a fantasy championship.
I think we all know the best running back on the Bills is the quarterback.
Yep.
And he's same situation with, like Baltimore. I think Baltimore's even better now, right?
They're getting better. They figured it out. They figured it out with Devontae Freeman. We ain't talking about him, but you did. You did. I ain't gonna pour your milk, but you did. You got it right.
I did say Freeman was coming.
You did.
Over here, I have Singletary in a league. Breida, you just don't know.
Yep. You don't.
It's not that they're not good backs. They're good backs.
Yep.
They're all good backs if they are given the opportunity.
Absolutely.
So
I agree with you.
I don't think they are. No.
All right. Let's go to the next one. We talked about Matt Breida enough, but I want to go to this one. I think this guy is someone that we've been getting the most questions about, right?
Yes.
People been hitting us up in our DMs and asking us about, hey, is this particular player going to be able to sustain what he's doing with the new players in that particular offense? And we're talking about none other than Van Jefferson.
I got a good one for him.
What you got?
He's costume jewelry. No, he's costume jewelry.
Oh, I need you to explain it, man. I need you to explain it for me.
Like, we know he's not real, right?
Mm-hmm.
He has talent and he can show up in big games.
Yep.
Right? But we know what we're getting with him.
But
right?
do you want to keep? So you give the answer. You call him costume jewelry. Is he costume?
It's good to have
gold,
costume jewelry in your closet.
or is he costume diamonds?
Yeah, you could have some costume jewelry in your closet.
Yeah,
as long as you're not trying to put him out there as real.
So you got
like,
him on your end as fool's gold.
The reason why I say costume jewelry, right, and now fool's gold is because with costume jewelry, you know what it is. We know it's not real jewelry. Like a girl is gonna have a big diamond in her ear. We know that diamond is gonna cost $5 million. We know that's not $5 million.
Yep.
Right. So I think Van Jefferson right now has the ability to be a very good player.
Yep.
In situations. At this point in the season, you got to look at schedule. Is he going to be a flex player for you? Do you need him to fill in? He's very situational, i.e. costume jewelry.
Deep leagues, I'm agreeing with O. If you need him, he's a wide receiver 3. He has big playability. You got OBJ coming onto the team that they're manufacturing plays for. You got Cooper Kupp.
We talked about that big energy, yeah.
We did. So we know that they're going to manufacture plays for OBJ to justify him being on the team. But Van Jefferson knows the offense, and he has big playability. I say I will go with the costume jewelry because I feel like that's in the middle. If you have to, then don't have him. You picked him up this week. Hold on to him.
Yeah,
he has the ability to maybe take you there.
Yeah,
but he also has the ability to make you feel real slow and act like you thought it was gold when it wasn't.
That's what I'm saying. He's not getting the double teams. It's going to be Cooper Kupp. It's going to be OBJ.
Yep.
So he has the ability to give you the Robert Woods numbers, but I don't think he's a Robert Woods talent.
I think OBJ is going to take the Robert Woods numbers. I think Van Jefferson is going to take that wide receiver team because he has that big play ability.
The reason why I say OBJ is not because OBJ demands more presence than Robert Woods. He's now the pseudo first option. It's not Kupp anymore. Kupp should be, but OBJ is a pseudo first option, right? He's the guy that you're going to have to double because he can kill you if you let him run wild, right? So I think the good thing about Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp is you didn't have to double any one of them, right? They didn't have the must double talent. But they can kill you if you leave them open.
I got you.
So it was like Stafford had the ability to just be free. Whoever's open, I'm just going to give him the ball.
Yep, I got you. All right. Yo, listen, 7 targets in the last 3 games on each of them. I think he's there. He's costume jewelry right in the middle.
He's costume.
So go ahead and let you ride with them if you have to. If you don't, kind of just take a look and wait and see approach on them. All right, next guy had a big game. He's a little older, he's an elder statesman, but he's still got the legs. You know what I mean? He can still move. And we talking about none other than Deshaun Jackson. How do you feel about him?
You want me to give you like a clever thing?
Give me something super clever, bro.
All right. Have you ever been to a baseball game and had like a Cracker Jack?
Yeah.
You ever got a green out of your Cracker Jack box?
Yeah, I remember those days.
That's Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Jackson. He's a ring inside the Cracker. He's what's worse than Fool's Gold at this point?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
Do you get it though?
I do. At first, I didn't know where you were going with it, but then I totally get the Cracker Jack box kind of.
He's a Cracker Jack box ring at this point.
I gotcha.
He's gonna. I do not trust him. He has not been the same player since he's left the Eagles.
I got you.
Like he's a high flyer, but the good games are very far in between. He's not consistent. You cannot trust him on a week. When was the last time you could trust Deshaun? See, I don't even know his name anymore. Deshaun Jackson. I like the guy. He has swag. He's good, but he's.
Yeah, no,
I don't trust
agree.
him.
He's not a person that I would trust either. Not a person that I think is going to take you to the fantasy championship. But he does have big playability, and I think that's why he came there. He gets a mini bye. Remember, we'll give you he gets a mini bye to kind of get acclimated with the offense. He's going to be there with the team, try to get more familiar with like getting that Ruggs type of role that he's trying to fill the shoes in. He can still fly, but that's what you're depending on, right? Right now, the player on the team that's already been picked up, has already been talked about, is Hunter Renfrow, and then my man Brian Edwards is going to pick up some slack over there. But we're not going to get in too much with Deshaun Watson. He's fool's gold for both of us, making sure you understand like what he's dealing with.
Is boom or bust.
Yep.
And he's more bust.
Okay, pick up on the waivers. We've seen a lot of pickups happen, but he's not a guy that we want to tell you to ride with to hold on to the rest of the way out.
Good.
All right, we got last on the docket that I want to talk about. We got our man Laviska Shenault. How do you feel about him?
First of all, I like his name.
I like it too. I ain't gonna lie.
Laviska.
Yo, Lav, what up?
Laviska Shenault.
Yo, what up?
That sounds like a superhero name, man.
Yo, I think it's dope.
What is your name? Your name. I forget. Now my name I call for you now. Call it again. Spell them. I don't feel spell them.
Is that African?
I don't know. I never looked it up.
Laviskas.
If you're African, you know you can always DM me.
You know we love African names.
All the names.
Yeah.
Laviska.
I think he's a diamond status.
Okay.
And the reason why I say he's diamond status is we're going to piggyback off of what we talked about earlier with Trevor Lawrence.
Exactly. I'm with you. Yep.
Trevor Lawrence has to throw the ball.
Yep.
And he has to throw it to somebody.
Yep.
Right? Chark is gone. And Agnes is gone.
Agnew. Yep.
Agnew.
Yep.
What do I call him?
You call Agnes.
Hey.
I don't know.
My bad. They're gone.
Yep.
And Marvin Jones is like, it seems like he's being used like as a decoy. They lost Arnold, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Arnold went down to MCL sprain. Yep.
So who else are you going to throw the ball to?
Yeah.
So Shenault was good in the beginning of the year, right? Tapered off, but I think now he's going to just see more targets.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Yeah.
So they're going to throw the ball.
I believe so. I was happy to see them use him in a slot position. He was in a slot position in the last
I think that's
game.
where he elevates the most.
He does. I think he has that shiftiness. He can catch the ball in the crowds, and he can pick up the amount of catches that he gets.
He reminds me of, what's that play that used to play for the Bolden?
Anquan?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He reminds me of that. He's a solid, he's not a big,
He's not as big as Anquan, but I understand.
But he's like a solid.
He's a possession receiver.
He's a possession receiver, can go over the middle, has that, he doesn't have that fear, you know? So I think he's a diamond in the rough, man.
Yeah, I'm with you. Diamond in the rough. I think especially if you need a wide receiver on your particular squad and you picked him up this week, you did a great job. He should not be dropped. He's going to be consistent with you. You know he's going to get targets. You always cared about utilization and offenses to better your team.
And you gotta look at certain things. Like I look at red zone targets, right? He just came over 3 red zone targets.
Yeah. Yeah, that's huge.
That's huge.
Yeah, that's huge.
You understand? So if you get in if you convert 2 of those,
yeah, that's fantasy numbers that you're gonna be smiling at all day, every day.
There you go.
I can't front. Yo, we did a lot of work today,
Yeah, man.
We went through a lot of players.
Yes.
We talked about it. We gave you the insight. We did our thing. Can you agree? Yo, we do what we do like we doing it for TV, baby.
Yes, sir.
Yo, that's the end of the show, guys.
We gotta go.
We gave you all the info that we could.
That's it.
All right. Yo, what they got to do?
Like and subscribe.
And we out of here. Peace.
Easy.